This is
Before I continue with my message,
Yeah, I remember that
thank
girl.
you, Sister
She was
Avanti,
a
$10 coming on the cash app. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
But you got my 40, homie.
I thought you had $200.
I do, but I won't spend Red's money.
You're going to come up to me and hug my neck and kiss me and say, thank you, thank you, thank you for getting that money out of my pocket.
Oh, I'll just hold on to my money because, there's hardship. Be careful.
You need to make a vow of faith of $1,000. Oh, Bob, couldn't you say 25? No.
I think I speak for all women when I tell y'all that
You can't make $1,000.
Having guy
vow of
friends-
faith. I'm saying in faith.
Tithe! Give money and you'll get the blessing. If you don't, nothing for you.
Put some anointing on this money. You put something up here. You put... Woo! Prosper. Prosper, I said. See, that's how I know you still poor, broke, busted, and disgusted. Because of how you've been honoring me. I'm not worth your McDonald's money.
Having guy
I'm not worth
friends-
your Red Lobster money.
I think I speak for all women when I tell you.
Let me kick down the door
This
and
is
talk
re-
to my cheap sons and daughters. I don't want to hear no more excuses about what y'all can't afford. You can't afford it because you don't see the value here.
I am once again asking for your financial support.
Donations. 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 Donations.
Thank you. You say you want to make a $500 vow? Then do it. Then do it. If that takes faith for you, do it. You want to make a $100 vow? Or if that takes faith, say, I like 1,000. Because I know I got you. I got you into faith.
Yeah. I'm officially sick. First sickness of 2026. Jason Black was dropping dimes on B-Dubs last night. Yeah, I didn't catch that live. What was he going on about, T. Orlando? Didn't catch that one. So yeah, if y'all want my sick ass to stay on 2 hours with my stuffy nose, then I'm looking to meet a $15 live stream goal. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. Or super chat, super sticker, dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. Whatever you can give is greatly appreciated. Hit the like button. The more you like, the more new people are coming to the live. What else? Join the new channel, Dating Dysfunctions. That's where my normal videos are going up. Let me show y'all something real quick.
I think I speak for all women when I tell y'all.
Good morning, X. We got the Rare Breed gang and the RB gang in the house. RB gang in the house. Good morning, X. Let me show y'all something. Let's see.
I don't think a man.
Okay, so Insane Fails is a channel I just found. Yeah. So it's like a woman themed. It's like a RP channel. It looks like it's been an RP channel the whole time. It's not really popping off though. 50 views, 100 views, 200 views. He started it 2 months ago. Damn, 200 videos in 2 months? Or 266 videos in 2 months? Something ain't adding up. That's a lot of damn posting. Anyway, yeah, 266 videos and not even 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, this is what we not doing on the Dating Dysfunctions channel. Yeah. That's why I'm monitoring the growth for sure on the Dating Dysfunctions channel, my new channel. Because I mean, basically, what I'm saying is this channel I just showed y'all is dead. It's over. But once the channel get to this point, 266 videos, not even 1,000 subscribers, it's probably over. In my opinion, based on how the algorithm work, it's not gonna blow up. I don't think he could fix it. I don't think he could save it. It's just it's over. But anyway, sidetracked.
I think I speak for all women when I tell y'all that we are.
Yeah, I seen that channel.
This is the Rude Advice podcast.
Yeah, I seen Destro channel, Lord Destro. Pretty cool channel. I like it. Let's check him out. Let's see what his growth like. Let's check out Lord Destro. Um, 41,000 subscribers, 413 videos. Yeah, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. 10,000 subscribers per 100 videos. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So let's see how long he been on. Let's see how long he had his channel. Consistent thumbnails. See how long this go back. Oh, 4 years ago. Okay, 4 years. So that's like a steady, consistent growth. 10,000 subscribers per year. That ain't bad. Because I had 10,000 subscribers on the last channel in 3.5 years or something like that. For 3 years and 4 months, and I only had 10,000 subscribers. Yeah, we ain't doing that again. What up, Brian? Yeah, we ain't doing that again. I would be satisfied with 10,000 subscribers a year. But honestly, it's not about the subscribers, really. It's really about the views. So yeah, his last 2 videos got 33,000 views and 40K views. So I wouldn't, this one got 68,000 views, 34. So he's consistently getting 25 to 60K views every video. So it really don't matter if it was 40K subscribers, 10K subscribers, 5K subscribers. If you're getting 30 and 40,000 views per video, you winning, my nigga. But let's get into what I wanted to get into.
This is the Rude Advice podcast.
Yeah, stop making excuses for red flag women. Happy New Year, Lucky. There's a lot of blue pill guys who will do any and everything to make excuses for red flag women. Oh, she just had a couple bad relationships, bro. It ain't her fault. She a single mom, bro. They'll come up with anything to shoot women some bail when it come to being held accountable for their BS. In a lot of men's mind, women can't be on BS. They're beautiful queens who should be protected and excused from wrongdoing at all costs.
Cast with TikTok influencer Rudy A. Divorced after 16 years of marriage and single at 39, I share my mistakes and experiences to help your marriage, improve your dating life, and prepare you for life after divorce.
Dating single mothers, let's face it, it's got a stigma on the YouTubes and the internets and the TikToks, and it's kind of a pain in the ass, in my opinion. There is this negative connotation that young men seem to have for them. And I wasn't aware of it, to be honest, until I was out in the dating world. Technically, I was a divorced, quote unquote, single dad with kids. And to be honest, I took it personal with the hearing everybody call single parents, in this case, single mothers, low hanging fruit, used up goods. You know, they've been ran through. Why do you want
Let's be clear. Let's be very clear. A single dad and a single mom are two completely different things. A single dad and a single mom are on two different planets. It's not the same thing, bro. It's not the same thing at all. So that tells me that you're feminine eccentric or whatever you want to call it. You took it as a personal attack that single mothers was getting roasted because you was a single dad. So you're already kind of identifying as a woman. I'm not saying you can't empathize and sympathize with a woman because you're a man. I'm not saying that. But he got butthurt about single moms getting roasted. That tells me that just tells me so much already. Let's continue.
case single mothers, low hanging fruit, used up goods? You know, they've been ran through. Why do you want other person's problems? And again, knowing the circumstances with my ex-wife, I hated the fact that some men were going to look upon her that way. Now, there is a difference, I guess, because there's the older, married for 10, 15 years, now divorced with kids. And then there's the person, I guess, under 25 or under 30 with kids and never been married. So maybe there's a difference between the stigma. It doesn't justify the language.
He's a wokey. Yeah, he's a wokey. Yeah. He's one of those dudes who get hyper offended if he hear any woman be referred to as a bitch. This is the type of dude who will risk getting beat up by a dude 3 times his size to be like, "Hey man, don't call women bitches." I mean, hey, stand up for what you believe in. Who am I to say you shouldn't fight for that cause if that's the cause you want to fight for? A random guy on the internet. I'm going to tell you that's a cause that's not worth fighting for. But hey, you your own man. If you want to fight 10 men just to fight for the cause of women shouldn't be called bitches, that's on you, bruh. But yeah, I can tell he votes liberal. I can tell he voted for Kamala. He cried when Kamala lost. Yeah. See, I don't got a problem with the men who don't call women bitches or don't like hearing women be called bitches. But I can tell a lot about a guy by how hard he go with it. I mean, let's be real. Yeah. Let's be real. I don't call women names in person. I'm just being entertaining on the internet. Name calling doesn't really serve a purpose. I mean, sometimes it serves a purpose when you're trying to get across a certain point. But I understand where people are coming from when they're like, "Hey, man, you don't got to call names." They're right. They're right. You don't have to call names. I mean, we're going to do it here on this channel, for dramatic effect. But it's not about the name calling. It's about, is what we're saying true about the person? It's not about me calling somebody a spineless coward. It's not about the name calling part of it. But it is about, is it true that you are what can be considered a spineless coward? The name isn't as important as what the name represents. And if you fit that. But let's continue.
Maybe there's a difference between the stigma. It doesn't justify the language and what young men call these young women. But I wanted to talk about my experience dating as a single dad and also dating single mothers. Now, when I started dating, I had kids. They were roughly 13 and 16. I met a couple of women who didn't want to date me because I had kids. And I go, that's perfectly fine. I didn't take it personal. I didn't take it as rejection. I just went on with the next woman, whoever that was. But I asked them, why is it, if you don't mind me asking? She says, well, I don't want baby mama drama. I'm like, okay, but you're assuming there's drama. I have a great relationship with my ex-spouse is what I.
That's whole shit. That's whole shit already. You shouldn't need to explain yourself. You should have said, God bless, good night, like Russell Simmons on Def Comedy Jam. Oh, you don't want no baby mama drama? God bless, good night. Hope you find what you're looking for. Never try to explain yourself to a bitch or be like, well, no, you should want to fuck with me. I know you don't want baby mama drama, but I don't have any baby mama drama. You should fuck with me. That's some whole shit, man. If a bitch give you any reason for not wanting to fuck with you, oh, your tie ain't your tie isn't straightened up to your neck all the way. I don't want to fuck with you. Don't be like, oh, I could just straighten it up now. It's cool, baby. Look, I straightened it up. No, don't ever do that. Oh, if a bitch say I don't want to fuck with you because I see a scuff on your Nikes, don't say, oh no, I got it off. Here you go. See, it ain't no scuff there, baby. Look, they clean now. They clean Air Force Ones. I'm coming hard in my Air Force Ones. They clean now, baby. Big boy. Like, they clean. No, don't do that. Oh, I got a scuff on my shoe. You right, baby. Hope you find what you're looking for. She did you a favor.
Baby mama drama. I'm like, okay, but you're assuming there's drama. I have a great relationship with my ex-spouse is what I would tell them. They go, no, they all say that, but it always ends bad. So again, they have previous experience in the dating world dealing with that. And I can understand that because from what I discovered as years went on, the ex-wife and I were practically an exception to the rule or a very small minority of people that actually get along great. So I can understand that. The other women that had said they didn't want to date me because of my kids is because they wanted complete attention. They didn't.
Bingo. Narcissism. Ego. They want the whole world to revolve around them. Let me say it again. Narcissism. Ego. They want the whole world to revolve around them. Super selfish. They're not saying that for any righteous reason. A lot of them. Most of them. Yeah, that's hilarious, T. Orlando. I literally had a B-dub criticize the length of my tie on a date. I politely asked for the check and left. Yeah, that's what you got to do. That's how you got to do these hoes. Because they all feel like they're on some pedestal. And they're clearly not, as we know if you watch this channel. They feel like you have to qualify for the queen. That's the energy they come with. That's the state of mind that they're in when they date or when they entertain men. Are you good enough for the queen? Even though they washed up, ran through, stupid, and some more shit. Out of shape, mentally ill, and some more shit. Um, so let me touch on this. He said, is there a difference between a woman who was married for 10 years and got divorced, so she's technically like a single mom now on the dating market, versus a woman under 30 who was never married with 2 kids by 2 different baby daddies? Yeah, there's a difference. Yeah, there's definitely a difference, but I still wouldn't advise it. I just wouldn't advise it either way. I would feel better about you dating a woman who was married for 10 years and got a divorce because her husband cheated on her and she got 2 kids by him. I would feel better about that. But I still wouldn't advise it. Look, let's be honest. The only men, which is most men, so I don't know if that makes this point null and void. The only men who would date a single mom are men who can't get anything better than a single mom. Those are which is most men, so maybe that makes the point null and void. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's guys who can't get anything better, but still won't date a single mom. There's those guys too. Wait, U.S. captured Venezuela president. I'm out the loop with politics. I mean, I pay attention during the election, around the election, but I need to follow me a political channel. I need to find me a good political channel to watch every day to keep up with politics. So the Venezuela president was on the run. What? I don't know. I'm lost about that. Um, Let's see what we looking like. Let's get the donations up if you want me on 2 hours. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. Yeah, let's get the likes up. I got 18 people watching, only 7 likes, and since I don't understand it, I'm gonna take it as disrespect. Please hit the like button. Who invests anything other than dick in a woman who gave another man a kid? I mean, a man who can't get any better, which is a lot of men. They're just happy to be there with a woman. Period. They happy to be getting a phone call returned by a woman. Period. And that's why men make excuses for shit. It ain't that bad, bro. Y'all toxic for trying to shame this single mom. It ain't her fault. Because he know that's the only options he got. So he got to make it seem not that bad. Gosh, I hate being sick. So I don't know if I should say this, but well, maybe I won't say it. Anyway. Let's get back into it.
Wanted complete attention. They didn't want my attention to deviate from them. They wanted to be my sole focus all the time. And they said they were very needy. And I said, well, that's not me. So good luck with your search. And I respected their decision. But she also said, I don't want to be anybody's mother. And I remember on that date, I got a little triggered and a little pissed off. I guess it was or one of the same.
You're an emotional man. You're supposed to be stoic. Yeah, you're an emotional man. That's the problem. That's the problem I'm seeing with you in general. You're too emotional. Got to be stoic, unfazed, just use logic and reason. You got triggered because a bitch ain't want to fuck with you. I mean, I get that it can be triggering. And when you've been rejected your whole life as a man and you feel like you're doing everything right and you feel like you're a good person getting overlooked, I get the frustration. But that's why you just have to. That's why you got to watch channels like this. Because I get rid of the mystique and explain women for what they really are. And once you see what women really are, you may still get lonely and stuff, but if a bitch don't want to fuck with you, you're not gonna be sad or triggered because you're like, well, most of these bitches ain't shit anyway, and she just showed me she's one of the ones that ain't shit, so I ain't mad.
Triggered and a little pissed off. I guess it was or one of the same. But I go, first off, I am not looking for a mother for my kids. They have a wonderful mother. We couldn't work it out as husband and wife, but they have a wonderful mother. And you coming into my space, first off, who are you to assume I'm going to introduce you to my kids? I'm very selective and careful with who I allow in my space. So that's 2 assumptions you've got wrong there. And 3, I just wanted a companion, somebody to go out with and have a good time with. So we're on different planes, different perspectives. I'm moving on. And that was roughly my experience. There were women from time to time who wanted sole attention, or the older women that day, like, no, mine are gone. I'm done with that shit. I want to go party and have a good time. So there's a lot of women. And I want to say there's just as many women that have a problem dating a dad with kids, just as men not wanting to date a woman with kids.
See, here's the thing. It's just shit trying to date women over 30, period. It's not even about the with or without kids. When you're a man dating women over 25, really. It's just a shit show, period. I mean, yeah, you having a couple of kids isn't helping your case, but it goes back to my age-old saying. There is no good reason for a woman to be single after 23 to 25. If she's single after 23 or 25, it's because she's dog shit 95% of the time. I'm gonna do another stream about that. I mean, I shit, all my streams are about that. But it, he still believes in the fairy tale. And I feel for guys who still believe in the fairy tale when it comes to women. And I'm not saying you can't get with a woman and have a good relationship with a woman, but it's not going to be that fairy tale that he has in mind. He didn't learn enough from his first failed marriage. That's why I said most men got to go through 3 serious relationships ending for him to really get a grasp of what this relationship shit really is. And what being in a long-term relationship with a woman really is practically. It's no fairy tale. Even if you got a good woman in a relationship that you like, it's no fucking fairy tale. Yeah, that sounded cringy. Yeah. Yeah, that sounded cringy. He was like, "How dare you expect or how dare you think that I was gonna even introduce you to my kids? You haven't earned that right. It's an honor to meet my kids." Yeah, he sound like these bitter single moms. Of course somebody's gonna assume if we continue dating that one day I'm gonna meet your kids. That's some stupid shit to say. Why did you think I was even gonna introduce you to them? Well, if everything keep going good, you would, right? Like that's some silly shit. That was a cope. Yeah, he's looking for love. Which how can I put this? Relationships aren't about love. So yeah, if you a man out in the dating market looking for love, you in the wrong mindset for sure. I don't look at relationships like that anymore. I mean, hopefully we can like each other, get along, and some love can grow. But relationships are about practicality. I need us to be able to get along good. I need you to be a responsible person. I need you to carry out these duties as my girlfriend or whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to carry out my duties as your boyfriend. And we're going to look out for each other. And we're going to just get through this shitty life together and try to be kind to each other and treat each other right. I'm good with that. And have respect, mutual respect for each other. All that lovey-dovey love, fairy tale shit, I'm too old for that. I've grew out of that. You got to grow out of that, man. By the time you get gray in your beard, you should be well grown out of that.
And I want to say there's just as many women that have a problem dating a dad with kids, just as men not wanting to date a woman with kids. So I think it's equal, but just the young men are more vocal about it. Now, when it came to dating on the dating apps and dating single mothers, I had no problem with them. Now, again, if you don't want to date a single mother, if you're a young man in your 20s and you don't have your shit together and you're trying to figure yourself out, I understand not wanting to jump and have a family right away, especially if they're not technically your kids. I understand that. But the preconceived notions and all the insults is what I'm trying to resolve here and let you young man know that it's not like what you think it is or what Andrew Tate said. You know, go live in the real world, meet a few of them and make up your damn mind on your own.
No. There's nothing to make your mind up about. I don't want to raise another man's kids. It's a biological, innate thing. Men don't want to, it's a biological thing in men. We don't want to raise other men's kids. And we don't want to have to deal with another man for the rest of our lives that has a right to be involved in my woman's life. Why complicate your life like that if you don't have to? There's nothing to go see for yourself. What kind of dumbass shit was that? And here's the thing. Let me say this. There are some single mothers who got with a guy and it worked out and she treated him good and all that. And it's a good relationship and all that. But it's not worth the risk. That percentage is so low, it's not worth the fucking risk. Because the other percentage of men who did it got their fucking lives ruined and their heart broke. Fell in love with the kids and then she cheated and then he got to leave the woman, but he still loved the kids and all that. It's bullshit. 9 out of 10 times. 90% chance of failure. So how desperate do you got to be to chase something that has a 90% chance of failure? Well, let me not word it like that. Cuz I'm not saying don't go after your dreams and shit. But I'm saying you wouldn't bungee jump if there was a 90% chance of death. You just wouldn't do it. The reward isn't worth the risk. Or even if it was a dream you had, 90% of the men that tried out for the NBA got killed doing it. You wouldn't try out for the NBA. It ain't worth it to be in the NBA. No, hey, it'd be some dudes with balls of steel, like the dudes who made it in the NBA and didn't get killed when it's a 90% chance of getting killed trying to go after the NBA. Hey, them niggas is real G's. Much respect to them niggas. They got a lot of heart. But I mean, yeah, no, I don't care how much I love basketball. If it was a 90% chance of death for me trying out for the team, I'm cool. Me playing in the NBA ain't worth my life, no matter how bad I want it.
And no, it's not like what you think it is or what Andrew Tate said. Go live in the real world, meet a few of them, and make up your damn mind on your own. But anyway, on dating apps, I noticed that maybe out of 10 women, 9 of them were mothers already, all ages. And my particular market for women, that sounds kind of funny, was my age. I wanted somebody within maybe 30 up to like 40, 45 my age.
Oh my gosh.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But niggas fire out you, nigga. Shut the fuck up.
Bro, that is the worst. 30 to 45. Let me say this. 30 to 45 is the worst demographic of women to try to date. I actually think you have a better chance of meeting a good woman from 50 to 70 than 30 to 50. 30 to 50 is literally the worst woman to go after. Let me say this. You be better off trying to date women after menopause. So when is menopause? From 45 to 55? 55 to 75 is a better age range to find a good woman than 30 to 45. Facts. Or let me just put it like this. 35 to 45 is literally the worst demographic of women to be dating. You would be better off dating a 55 to 65-year-old who still look good for her age. She passed menopause. She kind of got over all the bullshit of life. She ready to get practical. She don't have all these ridiculous expectations no more. She ain't looking to have kids. Her kids are grown and out the house. You'd be better off dating a 55 to 65-year-old woman. She just want to go to the casino, go to bingo, go on a trip 2 times a year and just watch Jeopardy with her. It ain't that deep to her no more. And yes, dating apps are the garbage can of women. By the time a woman has to take a dating app serious to find a mate, she is dog shit. That's why 9 out of 10 of them had kids.
Women, market for women, that sounds kind of funny, was my age. I wanted somebody within maybe 30 up to like 40, 45 my age. And I recall I was very selective. There were mothers with kids, and I wanted their kids to be more or less my age with my kids. In other words, I said that wrong, but I wanted their kids to be my kids' ages so they can have some commonality, right? And plus, as a parent who shared custody with his ex-wife, I understood how things could just fall out from under our feet. You're dating, there's a parent, and they got a babysitter lined up. Then Friday night comes along, and then boom, the babysitter canceled or grandma canceled, and now she can't go out. So you have to adjust to that. Well, I'll bring a bottle of wine and we'll watch some movies at your house. You make adjustments. So I was used to that because I had experienced that myself. And again, if you're not a parent, you don't know what that's like. And plus, there were common frustrations and just daily obstacles as a single parent. Monday through Friday, forget it. You're constantly busy with getting the kids up for school, taking them to school, picking them up from school, and
Yep. After school events. That's why it's not worth it to date a single mom. Even that initial dating phase is just extremely obnoxious. You got to jump through all these hoops and do this person got this baseball game? Do that kid got that basketball game? And when can I slip in? It ain't worth it, bro. That single mom pussy ain't worth it. It's just not.
If they play sports, there's games, there's practices, and then there's dinner, and then there's a lot of their lives and connecting with them. So I wanted to date a single mother who understood that, because I knew Monday through Friday we weren't going to talk that much. We had our own lives to deal with, and that was perfectly fine with me. That meant that we both were not needy. And then we'd meet on weekends, like every other weekend, and we just do our thing, right? So that was a schedule and lifestyle that I had liked, and that's what I had seen and was.
What's the point of meeting up every other weekend? You might as well just, I mean, she can't give you emotional availability. She can't, like, what's the point then? Just buy a hooker every other weekend. I don't see the point in that. So I can interact with this person twice a month. Like, what the fuck is the point? Just come up with like some escort, like a legal escort service. I mean, I guess I don't know where it's legal, but Vegas or something. I don't know. What are escort? Let's look up escort services. Because don't they say they just escort you to events, but then can you actually fuck them? I don't know. Let's look it up. Hello, Canadian Spider-Man. I just don't. Yeah, seeing you for an hour twice a month, and still got to date you for 6 months before I even get to box once. No. Yeah, dating is a legal escort. Yeah, let's look up what is an escort. Everything I need to know about escort services. How long I've been on? Let's get the donations up. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. Let's get the likes up. Whatever you can give is greatly appreciated, or you could do super chat, super sticker. That's the dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. What up, all my Rumble lights? 7 people watching on Rumble. But yeah, let's get the donations and the likes up. Let's learn about escort services. Before we learn about escort services, they need to just come up with a girlfriend service. I mean, they just need to make prostitute legal and come up with a girlfriend service. So, I mean, you could just have a woman to hang out with twice a month. She'll have sex with you. Y'all can go on a date. Whatever, she can rub your head, whatever your needs are. Listen to you talk about your job, whatever your needs are. You just rent her for 2 hours, bi-weekly, and just keep it fucking moving. All right. Hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta go upstairs, so I'm going to play a video while I'm going upstairs. And this is probably his second channel. It says Destro Reborn, so he probably been on YouTube for a decade.
Flashback. It just feels like being with a man is an incredibly volatile thing. People keep being like, oh, well, why? How come when a man is with a woman, it's not embarrassing, but when a woman is with a man, it's because the men are embarrassing.
Meanwhile, I'm 27, turning 28 next year. And I just saw another one of my friends get engaged. It's hard.
2 hours later. I wrote another piece for Vogue about why 2025 was the year of the single woman, essentially. Women picking singlehood. Opting into it happily.
Meanwhile,
Okay, I don't even care if this is embarrassing to say, but like, I want a boyfriend. I want a husband. I know it's like, we're in the time right now where it's like, having a boyfriend is embarrassed, but yeah, girl's been like chronically single or in situationships for like far too long. I'm done. I'm ready. I'm 28. So if anyone has any tips in San Diego for finding a husband, let me know, because it's on the vision board, so it's gonna happen next year. But we're struggling. Ooh.
Look, I don't know about you, but I've been bathing in these feminist tears from Holland Springs. And I don't know, but my skin, my hair, just has a new shine and luster to it. That's why I always tell you guys, after you pump and dump a post-war feminist, if you can stomach the putrid smell, I would implore you to lay on her lap and ask her a sensitive question like, I don't know, like, what was it like growing up without a father? Yeah, that should open the faucets. Yes, my brothers. Lay back and let her feminist tears clean your pores, tighten your skin, and condition your hair. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Holland Springs, available on Amazon. But I digress. Such a glorious time. Watching these old, decaying, no meat on the bone feminists deny us our well-deserved flowers. Now, England, you boys out there gotta put down the fish and chips and give out some roundhouse kicks. Well, I mean that figuratively, not literally. Well, I mean, use your own discretion when necessary. Come on, I joke, I kid. But seriously though, I need the so-called road mondem to put a muzzle on these ravenous British dogs chatting on my timeline. But again, I digress. Truth is, your grace warned you about the backlash that is coming. A massive split in the feminist phalanx. Yes, I know some of you don't believe me or think I'm being hyperbolic. But that's fine as long as I'm on the record saying this. Some women are tired of the hope speech. They're tired of the girl, you're perfect the way you are, Cope.
Why is it every time that I tell a friend, know that I'm single because of my size, they always come through talking about, no, it's not because of that. No, you're a good person. No, somebody will love you. No, let me tell you, the world is driven by sight. So when I tell my friends that, they always try to dumb it down. I want somebody to be like, you know what, friend? You fucking right. And you probably should get in the gym and let me help you and let me be with you. You know, fuck these niggas.
Why do you need validation from a friend if you know this is how you feel inside for yourself?
See, because I be working out, but sometimes you need a little extra push. Sometimes you need a little extra motivation. Sometimes you just want the truth. Damn.
I'm tired of people telling me that I'm good looking, talented, I have a great personality, and that everybody would be lucky to date me, and yet I'm still single. I'm tired of people telling me to put myself out there when I've put myself out there so many times and nothing ever works out for me. It just ends up being super awkward, or they ghost me, or I get heartbroken. I'm tired of people telling me to go on different dating apps when I've tried literally every dating app on the market, and it's always the same. Guys only ever want to have sex or hook up. It's very rare to find someone that wants to go on a date with me, and then if I do go on a date with them, and then they realize that I don't want to have sex with them right off the bat, they stop talking to me and they completely ignore me and do a whole 180 and act like they hate me since the moment that they met me on the stupid app. And then if I go with women, most of them don't even talk, and the ones that do talk give me very dry conversations, and if I have dates with them, they end up just being my friend. I'm tired of making friends on dating apps. Like, all these people are amazing and I love them, but I want somebody to love me romantically. I want someone to hold me, someone to kiss me, someone to cuddle with me, someone I can talk to late at night, cry to them. I'm tired of making all of these great friends that don't give me the emotional and physical supports that I need. And I'm so tired of people being like, well, it's not your looks that's the problem. Clearly, because I've seen other big girls get into relationships too. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Why am I still single? I'm so tired of it.
They're tired of spending Christmas by themselves crying while going on Instagram bragging about how much of a flex it is to be single.
I wonder what tools he used to make his AI videos. I mean, yeah, his videos are. I guess I could ask him, right? I could reach out and ask him. I don't know if this would be a lot more work in my editing process. Well, it should be less work, right? That's the point of AI. Anyway, let's get back into it. Take it all of y'all are subscribed to my regular channel, Dating Dysfunctions. This is just the live stream channel here. If you want my regular content like before, you got to go subscribe to Dating Dysfunctions. All right, let's get back into it. Let's get the donations up. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat and in the description. Also, super chat, super sticker, dollar symbol on the right of the chat box.
Experiencing weekends like every other weekend, and we just do our thing, right? So that was a schedule and lifestyle that I had liked, and that's what I had seen and was experiencing while out in the dating world. Now, before I dated a single mother, I was very selective, just like anybody, friend, bro, anybody. I'm very selective with who I allow in my circle because I don't want anything to, cause my peace to be disrupted. So single mothers, whenever I started talking to them, I'd asked about their co-parenting relationship. If they went and said, their ex-father's a piece of shit, I can't find him, or he can't help me, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't going to get involved in that situation because my shit's together over here with my ex-wife. We have a perfect harmony over here. So why bring, drama into that harmony? Does that make sense?
Okay, so I got a feeling she left him, his ex-wife. Because, I see why. Respectfully. Y'all got a perfect harmony. She should just get back with you. She's not going to get... Look, she left him to try to get a masculine man. But no, just take your beta male and make the best out of it. Because no masculine, tall, handsome man with options is picking a single mother that... No. Not going to fucking happen. They're both... I'm not saying they're dog shit people, but just bear with me. This dude, because he's a feminine man. Feminine men are dog shit on the dating market. He's a feminine man with 2 kids. That's dead in the water on the dating market for any good options. She's a 30-plus single mom on the dating market. She's dead in the water for anything serious. They're both dead in the water on the dating market, so they should just get back together since they got a perfect harmony.
We have a perfect harmony over here. So why bring, drama into that harmony? Does that make sense? So I was very selective. And even that they had a great co-parenting relationship, there's a lot of obstacles that come about. What if the schedules just don't align up? Like I have custody Monday through Friday on this particular week, but she doesn't have her kids. So now we can't date because I have my kids with me, but she's free, or vice versa. So you have to look at the schedules to see if they align up. 2, let's say they do align up and you date and you're having a great time. But guess what? Sometimes, and I experienced this myself, their kids, and remember, I dated women with teenagers just like me. Sometimes their teenage kids would have a problem with their mom falling in love or dating another man, and they would be disruptive. They would start fights before she went out.
Exactly. And this is why men shouldn't date single mothers. But at the beginning, you was talking about, young men should just give it a shot. But you making the case to not date them with everything you saying. Make it make sense, cuz. So X says, I'm not going to blame him. Most women leave most men no matter what you do, unless you're leveling up and dragging her along for the ride. Well, yeah, I agree. But I see what you're saying, X. I see what you're saying. But how can I word this? How can I word this? Okay, this dude's wife. I don't know the details. I don't fucking know the details. I'm not gonna say she's a bitch. She's a cunt. She left him for no good reason. I don't know the situation. Um, Point I'm making is he would have had a better chance of keeping his bitch. Whether that was something worth keeping or not, I don't know. But he would have had a better chance keeping his bitch if he was a masculine man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Here's the thing. If you was a solid motherfucker in the marriage, then you're on the moral high ground and you could say, hey, that bitch ain't shit. She left a good, solid, masculine man. And you could be at peace with it. But you, as a man, you still gotta take even if the bitch would have left no matter what, you still have to take accountability for what you did wrong and what you weren't that you should have been in the relationship. If that makes sense. I could look back on my past relationships, and even though some of them bitches wasn't shit, I can still point out things I did wrong in those relationships with those ain't shit bitches. And I took that and became a better man. So yeah, he still gotta examine what he did wrong in a relationship, regardless of if she was a good woman, regardless if she was a good woman or not, regardless if she was gonna leave him, even if he did do all those things. That's not the point. But I see what you're saying, X, for sure. I see what you're saying.
Falling in love or dating another man, and they would be disruptive. They would start fights before she went out. They would constantly text her while she was out with me. And before you know it, you know what? I got to stop seeing you, Rudy, because I want to be a good mother to my kids. And I just really got to give him attention. He's not allowing me to go out. You have to deal with that. That is a reality. The other obstacle that can happen is that you date and their kids get along great with you. And then you have the day where your kids and her kids meet. And guess what? The kids don't like each other. And you're not forcing the situation. You're trying to let it happen organically. And guess what? They just do not click. They hate each other. And now you got to break up because you got to do what's best for the kids. I know it sounds complicated, but those are the realities of dating while you have kids. Now,
let me touch on that real quick. Yeah, let me touch on that. Okay. In a situation where I'm just okay. I got 2 kids. I'm trying to date a single mom with 2 kids. Far as the kids getting along, no, y'all motherfuckers gonna learn how to get along. Cause if y'all both being decent human beings, it ain't hard to get along. So no, we not doing that. If I was gonna date a single mom with 2 kids, she need to keep her kids in check, and I'm gonna keep my kids in check. Y'all go sit over there and be respectful to each other. Cause that's what decent human beings do. So no, we not breaking up because the kids don't get along. No, that's horseshit. No, I will say that. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that below.
Of dating while you have kids. Now, I don't want to discourage anybody if you're listening to this and considering divorce. I don't want you to get discouraged like, oh, I'm going to stay with my miserable marriage. No, if you're miserable, you've done all the checks and balances to make it work and you're still unhappy, then get divorced. There are those obstacles, and I want to be as bluntly honest with you with no bullshit. But again, in my case, it worked out in the end because I ended up dating my girlfriend now who's pregnant with my son, but she didn't have kids. This is her first child. And I remember dating her again with no kids. And I remember just being totally overwhelmed in the beginning because she was always available. She goes, hey, can I come over and stay over Tuesday or Wednesday? I'm like, during the week? Are you kidding me? Like, I got my kids. And she goes,
okay, let's talk. Yeah. So he has at least 2 kids from what I gather from his ex-wife, and they have a great relationship. And now he has a girlfriend pregnant. I'm assuming she either lives with him or will be living with him. I mean, she's pregnant. This is a mess. This is kind of a mess. How old is bro? Did he say he was 39? He's definitely older than 30. He's clearly like 40, right? He looks 40. This is a 40-year-old man, clearly, right? Okay. What the oh my gosh, this dude. Is this dude popular on YouTube? This seems complicated. No, he only got 5,000. Oh, this channel didn't blow up. Unless I'm missing something. I'm not knocking him for having 5,000
divorce after 16 years of
I was thinking he was some rich blew up YouTuber. Oh, he's still doing YouTube. Oh, wait a minute. He's only getting 88 views, 317 views. I mean, it's fine. He doesn't do this for a living. It's a hobby. Probably a hobby. Um, so let's go back. Let's go back. This is getting complicated now. Bro, you had your kids. I already know what happened. She didn't have any kids, bro. So I didn't want to waste her time, so I gave her a kid, man. We've been together 2 years. She wanted a kid. What was I gonna tell her? No, bro. Yeah, this motherfucker keep complicating his life. I would love to know how old she was when he met her. I wouldn't be surprised if she used him as the buzzer beater simp, the buzzer beater guy to hurry up and get a kid because I'm running out of time. I wouldn't be surprised if she is 28, 29, 31, 32, 33. I wouldn't be surprised. Because, he already said earlier in the video, he was looking to date a woman essentially between 30 and 45. So this probably was a 30-plus-year-old woman trying to have that buzzer beater baby, and she found him. This is a woman who's probably 30, 35, who needed a punk to use to get his sperm to have a buzzer beater baby. And she found her a lick. She found her a sucker to save the day at the last minute after she'd been ran through by Chads and Tyrones. How much you want to bet? I mean, because it happens every time. It's like clockwork. How much you want to bet his pregnant girlfriend would have never fucking dated a guy like him at 23? I'm not saying any of this to be mean, but we just being real. How much you want to fucking bet she would have never, ever in a trillion years dated this guy from 20 to 24?
Her again with no kids, and I remember just being totally overwhelmed in the beginning because she was always available. She goes, "Hey, can I come over and stay over Tuesday or Wednesday?" I'm like, "During the week? Are you kidding me? Like, I got my kids." And she goes, "Well, I'm free. I want to see you." I'm like, "Okay, you can spend a night." And I remember the first few months, maybe 6 months to a year, I felt stretched out because my whole life up until the divorce, until I started dating my girlfriend now, I felt like I was cheating time away from my kids. So in other words, Monday through Friday, like I said, that was normal for me. That was used to that time. And now somebody was coming into that space. And instead of me watching a movie or playing games with my kids, I'm now upstairs with my girlfriend, hanging out and doing whatever. And I remember just feeling conflicted. I'd be with my kids, but then I feel guilty because my girlfriend's upstairs doing nothing. Or I'd be with her watching a movie. I'm like, damn it, I should be watching a movie with my kids or something.
But see, this is, oh my gosh. This is the mental anguish and anxiety of a people pleaser. Am I not hanging out with my kids enough? Am I not hanging out with my girlfriend enough? Just man the fuck up and just do you, and just however the cards fall, they fall, bruh. I can't imagine being in this mental turmoil. Your kids will be all right. And if that bitch upstairs doing nothing, she'll be all right. I'm sure she up there scrolling, content.
Or I'd be with her watching a movie. I'm like,
let me say this, because I was gonna say something like, he seems like a nice guy. I'd be his friend. I'm just criticizing him, to teach and educate on the red pill lessons and stuff from this video. But I don't know if I could be a friend with this type of guy. The type of guy who would try to fight me if I said, "Oh, look at this bitch right here." Oh, and he would want to fight because I called a woman a bitch. So yeah, me and him probably couldn't be friends actually. And I would say something about Kamala running for president and be like, "Hey man, she would be a viable candidate." Yeah, we wouldn't be able to be friends. See, let me touch on this. I think it speaks volumes about how much of a quality person someone is when they can have friends of all different walks of life. If you're a diehard conservative, I think you should be able to have a liberal friend. If you're a diehard Browns fan, you should be able to have a Steelers friend. You know, if you a hood nigga from the projects, you should be able to have a friend who a white boy from the country who wear snake boots and a cowboy hat. It speaks volumes about your character when you can be tolerant of people who are different from you and still find common ground with people who are different than you and maintain friendships and things like that. I do believe that. But there has to be a, how can I put this? This has to be just has to be certain understandings. Like with me and him, if me and him was friends, like let's just not talk about politics or women, bro. We could be friends, but let's not talk about those two topics. That's all. Because that's when things gonna go left.
I'd be with my kids, but then I feel guilty because my girlfriend's upstairs doing nothing. Or I'd be with her watching a movie. I'm like, damn it, I should be watching a movie with my kids or something. So I was constantly back and forth and I wasn't in the now. And the one thing I do love about my girlfriend is like, she kept telling me, look, I don't need your attention. I just love being here with you. We'll sleep together. We'll spoon, but you go spend with time with your kids. I don't want you to think I'm taking time away from you. So if you're listening to this, she wasn't needy. She just wanted to be there and just be there in bed when I went to bed. So that was a huge adjustment for me. And she'll tell you that as well. But it was about a year of me trying to wrap my head around that. It was a huge adjustment for me. But eventually I found a woman, like I said, who didn't have kids, that understood what my kids were going through, because, not to give up too much details, but my girlfriend did grow up, in a single family with her mom, and she saw the frustrations of just men coming in and just kind of making the situation volatile. So she was very cognizant of how my kids felt. And it was about a good 8 months until my kids were introduced to her, maybe 6 months. But even then, they were kind of like in their own rooms and didn't really talk that much. It took about 2 years, believe it or not, before my son and my daughter started warming up to her and talking to her. And now it's like one big family, one big happy family.
That's diet. Yeah, this nigga weak as fuck. Yeah, this dude right here is weak as fuck, man. And I don't hate him. but yeah. Let me speak on this. Like, I think people from different walks of life can be friends, but there has to be a common foundation. Really like a common values, common core values. And then we can hang out, be friends, be in the same circles. But the core values have to be the same. I mean, yeah, you like country music, I like rap. But when it comes to the big important stuff, we on the same page. How to carry yourself, how to treat people, how to conduct yourself, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. So yeah, I don't know if me and bro could be friends. There may just be too many differences. What I want to speak on about that situation is, bro, there's no way I'm gonna let my kids be essentially disrespectful and essentially not say anything to my girlfriend for 2 years. I mean, not that they didn't say anything, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna let my young kids give my girlfriend the cold shoulder essentially for 2 years. Yeah, he's one of those soft dads. Whenever you guys are ready to treat my girlfriend like a human being, it's fine. Just on your timeline, it's fine. No.
And again, we went with that approach because we felt And she felt from her experience that was the most healthy approach. My son and my daughter started warming up to her and talking to her. And now it's like one big family, one big happy family. And again, we went with that approach because we felt, and she felt from her experience, that was the most healthy approach to go about introducing your kids to somebody that you're going to hopefully spend the rest of your life with. So it worked out for me. So again, I don't want to discourage anybody who's considering divorce and you have children. Now, some of the other problems that I wouldn't say problems, but some of the other circumstances I ran into while dating single mothers was they didn't want a boyfriend. They just wanted a dick in a box for the weekend. In other words, they had their shit together. They rebuilt their lives. They've been divorced maybe longer than you have, like 10 years, and they bought a home. They climbed that corporate ladder, and they had income, and their daughters are going to school. So they had their shit together, and they were so busy that they didn't have time for anything romantic. So they just
Let's let's talk about that woman. Let's talk about the woman he just described real quick. She got her shit together. She got her life together. She whatever, her kids are in college, and she doesn't have time for a man. She just want booty calls. Let's think about that. Oh, you can't hear me. It's no good. Can you hear me now? Hey. Oh, it was on mute. I think y'all can hear me now. Hold on. The strong, independent woman who doesn't have time for a man. I don't really go for that. I don't know if I really go for that. Most of these women want a man. So by the time she's 44 and just want a D in a box, that is just really a broken woman. I mean, she should just stay single. She should just stay single. I mean, I guess women do go in spurts where they just like on a I just I'm 40 plus, I've been married and divorced, my kids are out the house. I just want to have fun and hang out with dudes from time to time. I get that. That's probably a thing. But I'm sure those women don't want to spend the rest of their life alone. 97% of them. Let's let them continue.
were pretty much upfront and told me, look, my life's busy. I don't have time for drama or bullshit, but I think you're attractive. And I just want a companion to come. And their daughters are going to school. So they had their shit together and they were so busy that they didn't have time for anything romantic. So they just were pretty much upfront and told me, look, my life's busy. I don't have time for drama or bullshit, but I think you're attractive. And I just want a companion to fuck on the weekends. And as a guy who was married 16 years and suddenly single, I'm fine with that. Sure, let's fuck all you want. So that's what I was for a number of single mothers for quite some time, is that they knew what they wanted. I was down with it because, again, I was married for so long and had my fun. But there's a lot of single mothers out there that are like that. They have their lives all worked out and they won't remotely entertain the idea of anything romantic until their kids go off to college. And again, most of the kids were like 15, 16. So that's another 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Okay. So, but see, yeah, no, no. See, and there are women out there like that. They're like, let me put it like this. There are single mothers out there who found themselves on the dating market with a, let's just say, a 6 and 9 year old or something, right? She got a 6 and 9 year old. She's in her 30s. She's on the dating market. She tried the boyfriend thing a couple times. It ended horribly. And she made a declaration, look, I'm not even going to date serious until the kids get out the house. I'm just gonna get dick from Chad and Tyrone until the kids move out. That's a fucking terrible strategy as a woman. You don't have time, baby. You don't have that type of time. A man could do that. A man with his shit together, tall, handsome, got money, got kids. He like, I'm gonna wait till I'm 45 to date when the kids out the house or whatever. Uh, it's fine. Yeah, and he'll be fine. A woman on the other end, I'm 35. I'm gonna wait another 10 years till I'm 45 and the kids are out the house, and then I'll look for something serious. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. See, this is what women don't get. Look, I mean, if she's 35, if she's 35 with as a single mother on a dating market with 2 young kids, I mean, she's kind of already cooked already. But this is what women don't get. Women essentially have from 15 to 25 to get their dating life situated and solidified. Pretty much point blank period. Women don't have fucking time. So let me put it like this. A woman's best bet is to marry her high school or college sweetheart at 23. Go through the motions. Or even be married for 4 or 5 years and see if this is really going to work out. And if not, yeah, go ahead and divorce your husband. But this second chance would be your last chance, so to speak. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, the point that I'm trying to make is women need to lock down their life partner early as possible. High school and college. And really put their all into that relationship, that marriage, that whatever. Right? Let me put it like this. Look. Women only really have 2 real chances for a happy, wholesome, lifelong lasting relationship to work, in my opinion. 2 real solid chances. That's why it's their best bet to lock down their life partner in high school or college, give it the best try they can, work hard at it, try to make it work. But then if it's not gonna work, it doesn't. Point that I'm trying to make, I know this is fucking sounding crazy. The point that I'm trying to make is settle down early, see if it's gonna work. If it's not gonna work, hurry up and get out of that. And this is your last try. So if let's say you got a girl got married at 18. You need to see if that relationship is gonna work. Let's say you was with him for 5 years. You're 23 now. It wasn't gonna work for whatever reason. Okay, you're back on the single date market at 23. This next guy need to be it. this next fucking guy need to be it. So at 23, you with another guy for 5 years. That don't work. Okay, so yeah, now I'm suspicious about what's up with you, bitch. But let's just say, okay, so she out that next relationship at 28. Women got like 3 shots at it. So this is really it though. If that next one don't work and you want back on the market at 28, this pretty much your last try to make something work. So basically what I'm trying to say is, which we already know, women have from 18 to 30 to figure this dating, romantic life partner shit out, family shit out. They essentially have 15 to 30, and then that's fucking it for the most part. It's over after that. It's fucking over. That's what women need to get to their thick fucking skulls. 3 strikes and you're fucking out. 3 strikes and you're out. So these women who get married at 23, 24 have 3 kids and then want to divorce their husband at 35, 40. Bitch, for what? It's over. If it wasn't gonna work, like, how can I look? You should have figured it out before this point if it wasn't gonna work out. Let me give another scenario. She married her high school sweetheart at 23. They have one kid. Because relationships heavily change after the kid comes. I will say that. Relationships change after you move in, and relationships majorly change after you have a kid. The two major times that relationships completely change. Um, so okay, you married your high school sweetheart at 23. You got a 2-year-old at 25, and you just like this shit ain't gonna work. So now you back on the dating market, divorced with a kid at 25. Now you still got some action. I'll admit, if you got your body back right, you 25 with only one kid, you was married, you divorced now. In my opinion, you still have one more real try to make something work and last and be happy, wholesome, and lasting. You still got one more shot. If you only got one kid, 2 kids, I don't know about that. But just one, you still got another strike at the pot or whatever the fuck you call it. But in that situation, yeah, you got about one more try to make this shit work. That next guy you marry or next guy you get with, you need to just do what it takes to make it work with that guy. The grass is greener where you water it. Say a woman has really like 2 chances to make this relationship and family shit work. Well, 2 to 3 chances max. So all these women 35, 40 plus trying to still make it work. No, baby, no. But look, I'm rambling. But let's finish this video up. But yeah, the whole idea that I'm gonna wait 10 more, I'm just gonna get pumped and dumped by Chad and Tyrone. Um, until the kids get out the house, and then I'll find a wholesome, happy husband relationship. No, fuck no. So, let me put it like this: if you find yourself 35, back on the dating market with 2 kids, it's time to settle for a simp, or it's time to just accept your fate as I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life and just get pumped and dumped by Chads for the rest of my life. It's simp settling time, and if you settle for the simp, know what you're getting into. When a woman decides to settle for the simp, she needs to go in with the mentality of, "Look, it ain't about my happiness no more. I'm gonna just focus on making myself happy, and I'm gonna do the duty that I need to do for this simp so I can get the benefits from this simp, and I'm just gonna ride it out. I'm not gonna cheat on him. I'm gonna treat him right, even though most of them can't do this. I'm not gonna cheat on him. I'm gonna treat him right, and I'm just gonna focus on my own happiness. I'm gonna get some hobbies, whatever, start a side business, whatever. I'm gonna focus on my own happiness, focus on my kids, and focus on building this stable life with this safe simp, or just pump and dump and side bitch for the rest of my life."
Idea of anything romantic until their kids go off to college. And again, most of the kids were like 15, 16. So that's another 3 or 4 years. And that's what happened. That was very common in the dating world. So just FYI, if you're about to get divorced and you're about to go start dating, some single mothers are like that. And that is their call. And I was all for it. The other obstacles that are present when you date a single mother is this. And this happened 3 times in my dating career. I would be meeting a woman. Again, our kids hadn't met yet, but we were 4 months in and we were having such a great time. We'd go on weekend trips together and her kid liked me, right? We all got along great. But what happened is all of a sudden she went distant. The cadence of texts, when you're with somebody and you text, you can feel the momentum of when that response is going to come back because you've been talking so much. You've been sending gifts and jokes. There's a feel to the text.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like all that texting all the time and stuff. I'm not saying you can't text a woman you're dating, but like We constantly sending texts and gifts and reels and nah, man. It ain't masculine. It make them. I don't want to say it make them lose respect for you, but kinda. You texting her back and forth like the girlies at that point. I ain't saying you can't send a reel from time to time or text, how you doing? Something good? How your day doing at work? Cool. This constant stream of text, nah, it's giving feminine vibes. That's probably why she went distant.
And then all of a sudden it stopped. It was all of a sudden just one word, oh, I'm busy, I'm sorry. No more good night texts. It was just like, what happened? Oh, I fell asleep. That's when I started seeing this commonality. What happened was dating single mothers. There are times, not all the time, but there are times where you're just giving them the best life they've had in years. They're out, they're enjoying themselves, they're laughing, they're discovering something new. And their ex-husband or ex-boyfriend sees that she's no longer texting him. And he sees her not responding to his texts as often as she did before. And she's checking in on Facebook, posting where we're going and having an amazing time. Then all of a sudden, that ex-husband or ex-boyfriend will make a strong attempt to win her back. And that confuses the single mother.
Fellas, have a strong guideline on, hey, bitch, keep our life off of social media. Have a strong guideline with that, folks. That's all I'll say with that. Shout out to Rumble.
And I heard this 3 times in my dating career where, we're about to go see John Wick 2. I remember this night, and I was going to go pick her up. She calls me. She goes, I hate to tell you this. It breaks my heart. I don't even know if I'm making the right decision, but I'm going to give my son's father one more chance. He just came. We talked about it. We've been talking about it for the past few nights and weekends, and we're going to do what's best for our son. Let me repeat that. We are going to do what's best for our son. And I remember at that time, I wasn't disappointed and devastated because I was so used to loss. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I'll move on. But we're going to do what's best for our kid is the breakup sentence that most of the single mothers used on me. And were they 100% truthful with me? I don't know. Were they playing the mother card? Possibly. I later find out just through rumors and happenstance that most of them were just saying that so they can go back and be single. So they don't look like the victim. They don't look like they're a piece of shit. So they use their kids as a card to get out of the relationship. And unfortunately, that happened quite often. I'm not going to say I didn't use that myself once or twice, but no, I didn't. No, I'm just kidding. But it happens. And I'm talking about this because I want people to understand, one, the preconceived notions that you hear out there about single mothers, I totally can't stand them. This assumption and labeling a demographic as low-hanging fruit and bang through and used up goods. If you label a demographic like that, guess what? You're a piece of shit.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. When niggas spy out you, nigga, shut the fuck up.
Let's see. He's like I said, he's too emotional. He got his emotions tied up in this topic too much. It's not about labeling them low hanging fruit, which they are on the dating market. See, the dating market is brutal. You're not a piece of shit. Like, it's just being realistic about the dating market. The dating market isn't about kindness and understanding and grace. The dating market is fucking brutal. Look, brother, the world is a piece of shit. Humanity is a piece of shit. Get out your feelings about it. Like, so you're a piece of shit. Like, nobody cares about your shaming language, bro. Yeah, the world is a piece of shit. Most humans are pieces of shit. Stop being butthurt about it and get out your feelings about it. You're a piece of shit, bro. This nigga mad. Like, oh my gosh. The dating market has no moral base. Troy Terrain used to always say capitalism has no moral base. And then I would also say the dating market has no moral base. It's not about morals. Who people want to fuck with on the dating market is not about morals and character. Well, what I'm saying is it's about status, looks, how much somebody weigh, what kind of job they got, shit like that. How annoying somebody's personality is. So, okay, are women who deem men without jobs low hanging fruit on the dating market? Are they pieces of shit? I bet he wouldn't say that. He would say, "Yeah, man, you need to have a job if you want to date." All the things that women deem men low hanging fruit for, he wouldn't have a problem with. I assure you. When women say guys under 6 feet are low hanging fruit, do you deem them women pieces of shit? Nah, of course not. They just have preferences, bro.
Like that, guess what? You're a piece of shit. You're a bigot, and you're an entitled man-child. So I said that. I'll say that again. You're an entitled piece of shit and man-child if you're labeling an entire demographic off what you hear on the internet. They're not like that. And there's not enough discussion out there on the pieces of shit boyfriends or husbands that don't help these mothers out there. Single mothers, the ones that I encountered in my experience, were some of the strongest women I have ever met. Stronger than a bunch of you fuckers, I bet.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But niggas spy out you, nigga. Shut the fuck up.
He must have been, hey, listen. He must have been raised by a single mother. Single mothers were some of the hardest working, best people I've met. No, they weren't. And that's why you're not with any of them. If they were so fucking great, it would have worked out. Because you're so fucking great, right? So if they're so fucking great and you're so fucking great, it would have worked out. This whole video was about how they're not so fucking great. Oh my God. You can't make this stuff up, folks. Single mothers are some of the hardest working. Yeah, they got to. See, when a woman does what she has to do to make up for all her poor choices, we put her on a fucking pedestal and say she a hardworking queen. Oh, that bitch gotta work hard. She doing what she need to do, and if she ain't nothing special, she don't deserve a cookie. She made 2 children. She got to take care of her 2 children and herself. So yeah, she gotta work hard. She's not a noble woman for working hard and taking care of her responsibilities. Just like men don't get a cookie for going to work and taking care of their 2 kids and their wife. Nobody gives men a cookie for that. Yeah, you just doing what you're supposed to do. Most single mothers are pieces of shit. Let me just put it like that. Most women who find themselves being single mothers outside of widows. Well, you know, I don't even gotta word it like that. Most women are pieces of shit. Like, but by the time she's a single mother on the dating market, there's probably a higher chance she's a piece of shit. I mean, look, here's the thing. I'm not saying okay, I did just say most single mothers are pieces of shit. But let me let me backpedal a little bit. Just condemning single mothers on the dating market isn't shitting on them as humans per se. We're just saying they're bad dating options. You shouldn't date for numerous reasons. She might be a good one. I mean, she might be a decent, nice woman. But there's still a bunch of reasons why you shouldn't date a single mom. We're not condemning her to hell and just automatically saying, oh, if you're a single mom, you're a piece of shit. No, we're not saying that. We're just saying it's not a good dating option, or you must not have options if you have to date a single mom, which is usually the case. What percentage of men who date, what percentage of men who are entertaining a single mother, single mother, the Fockers, the mothers, let's start over. What percentage of men either entertaining or dating single moms today had a option on his line at the same time who didn't have kids who looked as good? Let me say that again. What percentage of men who are entertaining single moms or dating a single mom or married to a single mom had a decent looking, nice acting woman who didn't have kids as an option at the same time he picked the single mother? I would say 1% or less. Most people take what they can get on the dating market. Well, women, they hold out for Chad and Tyrone. Most men take what they can get on the dating market. Point blank, period. Men who can get attractive, nice women who don't have kids don't pick women with kids. Well, to be fair, I get it. That's only 5 to 10% of men, but I'm just still saying. But I mean, my message is, even if you whatever, regular average Joe, you still shouldn't do it. Even if you're not getting action with no other type of woman. Don't just do it just to say you with a bitch. Don't sign up for that terrible deal just so you can get some pussy and say you with a bitch. Men have to be okay with the idea of being alone. Because when you're desperate to not be alone, you'll take bad deals. When you're desperate to not be alone, you're willing to take bad deals.
Ones that I encountered in my experience were some of the strongest women I have ever met, stronger than a bunch of you fuckers, I bet. They were dealing with a career, upkeeping a household, cutting the fucking grass, paying the bills, and raising children. And
fucking what? So fucking what? That's being an adult. That doesn't make you a strong person because you're just being a regular adult and doing regular day-to-day activities. Any man who's trying to paint women as strong is a bitch ass nigga. Let me rephrase that because that came out wrong. I don't even talk about women in that way. He's trying to talk about women in a masculine way. Women are supposed to be, how can I put this? Having to be strong as a woman isn't a flex or a virtue. Broken women have to do all those things because they can't maintain a decent man. It's not a badge of honor to be forced into being a strong man in a woman's body. It's a testament that you're a shitty woman. It's not a testament to how strong and good of a woman you are. By the time a woman has to be oh so strong in every aspect of her life, that means she's a bullshit piece of shit woman. Now, if a man is being strong in the world, that means he's a good, strong, positive, man who's doing what he's supposed to do. He's conflating the two. When a woman got to be strong in the world, that means she failed as a woman. When a man is being strong in the world, he succeeded as man. That's what you don't get, brother. A woman shouldn't have to do all that. She should be sitting somewhere submitting to a decent man. And let's be clear, most women have 20 of them in their inbox. He's comparing men and women like they're equal. He believes in equality. That's why he voted for Kamala. He believes that he believes that the sexes are completely equal.
here, upkeeping a household, cutting the fucking grass, paying the bills, and raising children. And a lot of you fuckers can't even do that. So the next time you talk shit about a single mother, look in the mirror and ask yourself, what have you fucking done all day other than play video games? Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, I will be...
That was a stupid stereotype. Every man who speaks down on single mothers just scratch their balls and play video games. Shut the fuck up. That was a stupid argument. Aren't you putting men in a box the same way you're condemning us for putting single mothers in a box? Any man who got a problem with dating single mothers is just some loser scratching his nuts and playing PS5. Don't marginalize them like that. The way you don't want us to marginalize single mothers. Oh my gosh. Hope y'all enjoyed that, folks. We almost went 2 hours. Shout out to the Rumbleites. I might catch y'all tonight. RB Sensei out.